Hello everybody, and how are we today? I've heard a couple of stories recently about people who had been taken to hospital during this period of lockdown. One such story in the UK was about a man who went into hospital, a friend of mine's uncle, and because the hospital was so busy, because of the chaos of COVID-19, and because he wasn't in a state of health where he could actually speak to his wife, and his wife wasn't allowed into the hospital. And astonishingly, his wife couldn't get hold of him for 3 or 4 days. When she phoned reception at the hospital, no one could tell this poor lady, his wife, where he was. And she discovered, after 4 days, that he died. Unbelievable, eh? Incredible. And I think that just shows the craziness and madness of this time, and it makes you wonder. Obviously we know there's a greater intelligence, a divine spirit, and Ram Dass or all the gurus will tell you that everything is absolutely perfect, but little things like that make you wonder, don't they? They make you wonder. I mean, that seems almost beyond humanity and beyond the gods, that someone could lose their husband and not even know it for 4 days. Well, there's lots of messages that we can get from that, but I think going on this journey of spirituality, of awareness, would probably mean that we could sense on a more telepathic level that we'd lost someone close to us already, but still, I'm not sure 99.9% of society are ready for that telepathy just yet. Yeah, and I was thinking as well about, I spoke to my sister yesterday, and so my mum obviously lives in England and I live in France. And there are flights which go between France and England, but in the northwest of England, which is where quite a few of you guys are from, I know, it's really bad still. Like the number of deaths in this region are very high still from COVID-19. Still in lockdown, no date to come out of it. Whereas in France, everyone's back at school and everyone's back at work, and even the social distancing's been taken away at the school that my kids are at now, which seems a giant leap, and perhaps a leap that they're not quite ready for, but anyway, they've done it. Whereas in the UK, it's a completely different state of mind, where they honestly still feel they're immersed in this COVID-19, and certainly in the northwest, when I made the suggestion that I could perhaps come and visit my mum, and obviously in a respectable social distancing way where I honour quarantine, they were astounded. They said, "No, you just can't do it, you just can't come around here." Interesting, eh? So ultimately I'm put in this position where I can't go and see my mum. And I'm sure there's lots of you who are in the same situation, where there's people you love and you would, well, you'd do anything to see them because they're so special to you, and you're not allowed to. And I think in the first few weeks and months it was okay, but now as we enter the 4th month, you start to think, well, when am I going to see them again? And especially if these people are elderly or in a fragile state of health. And I actually thought last night after my call with my mum, I thought, wow. And with my sister, I thought, wow, there is a chance that I might not see my mum again. I mean, I probably will, but the thing that France is already talking about, and a lot of have friends who work for the WHO, the World Health Organization, and they're already speculating and talking about when the second wave's going to come. And I mean, again, let's not get caught in the future. Let's stay present here. But you can't help but wonder when it's going to come. And the experts, in inverted commas, the scientists, say it's inevitable. It will come at some point. They don't know how severe it will be, but they know there'll be a second wave. And I guess we're already seeing that to a degree in China. It'll be interesting to see how the world reacts to a second wave, because you would have thought this would be a very severe warning, the first round, and that they would all be in good shape and prepared for the second wave. But I get this funny feeling, actually, that from some faculties, from some areas, there remains a little bit of a head in the sand approach. Yes, we'll probably have more masks and whatever, but in terms of the world economy, in terms of businesses, in terms of whatnot, I still think a lot of people are regarding this as a one-off, a freak event. And it's not. It's not. This is our future. This is the way the Earth's going. And as Pam said, next time it could be something even bigger and something more galactic. Something that, well, I think COVID-19 is something human, so our human minds can get our head around it, even if it is mad and it's a virus, so, well, that's normal. It's not it's a big virus, and it's affecting a lot of people, and we never expected to be all stuck in our homes. But it's still something that the human brain can wrap its head around. But if it's something galactic, and I'm not even going to speculate about what that might be, but I'm sure all of you, when you heard the Pam Gregory interview, I'm sure you all started wondering what it could be. Is it going to be a meteor hitting the Earth? Are aliens going to come down? There's something outrageous and incredible going to happen. But whatever it is, I think it's going to shift us more towards the spiritual, more towards a higher level of consciousness. We're already seeing real uprisings in different parts of the globe as certain populations who perhaps have been treated badly in the past are finally having their opportunity to say. Everyone's got an opinion, but I think what I love about this young generation is that they have zero tolerance for any kind of racist behaviour. I think it's so beautiful that they stand for everything that they are. And they're right, it's a change, it's a big shift, because I think in the past different things have been accepted because the world was set up in that kind of way, but now it's almost like, here we go, let's stand for ourselves. But what's going to happen because of this is well, we're all going to be brought together eventually, but we've got a bit of a journey to go now as these uprisings start all over the world, and perhaps initially barriers will go up even more between certain populations. And in the end, I think in 50 years, maybe even less, maybe in 5 years, suddenly everyone will totally understand what this is all about, and they'll suddenly go, how on earth could anyone judge someone for their religion, for the colour of their skin, in any way, shape or form? It'll just be incomprehensible. But perhaps there's still a bit of a journey for many people to go on before we can reach that point. But ultimately, I think what we're being shown here is that no matter who we are, no matter where we are, we can love people from great distance. It does not matter. When we look at a soul, it's just a beam of light, It's just a vibration. And it's a beautiful energy. And we're all connected. And perhaps we've been put on this earth to learn lessons. That's why we've been made to look different. That's why we've been put in different places, in different tribes. And I think that way Spirit can really teach us different lessons very easily. But I think what's happening here is as consciousness rises, there's this long-term vision to bring us all together and to understand that we are exactly the same. We will always on earth look different. You are unique. Now that is your beauty. That is the beauty of coming on earth. But a big lesson we have to learn is that actually we are all the same. We are all as one. We're all God. We're all divine. In heaven, we all hold hands. We began together with the Big Bang. And however it all ends in billions of years, we'll die as one. But I'm sure we'll exist somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. That'd be interesting. But yeah, if we take this eagle perspective, here we are on this earth. An eagle from such distance, yes, eagle has incredible eyes, but eagle doesn't look with his eyes. Eagle looks with his heart. That's the irony. So while we make our judgments by our vision, by what we hear, by our very human senses, when we go to that heart space, when we go to that eagle space and look through those eagle eyes, the eyes of the heart, all the things that we use to judge people, even the fact that we assume that we have to physically be with somebody to love somebody, all that's irrelevant. Because we can love someone by lying in our beds and being thousands of miles away from someone. Even when someone dies, we still love them. Yes, physically they disappear. And it's a real tough lesson to learn that we can't speak to them in the same room, that we can't see them with our very, very limited human eyes. But through the eyes of the heart, no matter where you are on the planet, even if you're millions of miles away from the people that you truly, truly love, we can still be with them. Because we have to learn to come from the heart, to do everything from the heart. And that way, everyone is closer to us. And when we look through the eyes of the heart, it doesn't matter what skin colour we are, or what religion someone is, or what opinion someone has, or what colour t-shirt they're wearing, because we can always look beyond that. Look through that. It becomes completely irrelevant. And the love shines through. And we see the soul that is, in fact, our soul, our kindred spirit. So let's try and remember that when we start to miss someone, or when we start to judge someone, that we're only judging ourselves. And when we miss someone, that they're still there close to us. And using that third eye and that heart, going into that space, work on our telepathy, we can almost hear their feelings and their thoughts. And we can certainly feel their love. So on this beautiful day here in eastern France, with the birds chattering away, and the sun kissing my face, I send you my love, as if you are standing next to me. And I look beyond all your opinions and all your thoughts, and I wrap my heart around you. That feels good. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Namaste.